Good evening, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all of the moms across Wave Country, my mom included. Hello, Mom. Hope you're doing good today. It's hard on the schedule. I can't really see her much working these doubles, but that's okay. We hope you all had a great Mother's Day. Carson Meredith with you here, of course, in the Wave Weather Now studios, talking about a lot of wet weather for the week ahead. Oh, boy. It's going to be a lot of radar watching this week, not necessarily because of severe weather, thankfully, but because of that big golf tournament at Valhalla later on this week. But the practice rounds actually get started tomorrow. And there's a few days we'll have to watch in particular for some pretty high rain chances. We're going to break those down for you tonight. And we will also discuss how much rain we will see this week. A lot of people I saw earlier on Facebook tonight were saying, golly, can we get rid of this rain? I'm so tired of it. I know. But unfortunately, this weather pattern is staying pretty active. We just had a nice break this weekend. We could all be thankful for that. Had a ton of sunshine both days. We got up to 81 today here in Louisville. So a little on the warm side, but not too bad for all of the moms out there on this special day. Who's watching tonight? Weather Geek, always. Did I see the aurora on the downtown cam last night? What time, Weather Geek? What time do you think you might have seen it? Because I did not personally see it on the weather cam. But that's not to say that it didn't happen. So let me know what time you think you might have seen it. Speaking of the aurora, let's just get this out of the open right now. Tonight's chances look pretty slim. Sorry, guys. If you scroll down on our Wave Weather Facebook page, late last night around 10:30, I posted let me straighten my tie clip. There we go. I posted the chart with that KP index. And I'm not going to get into what exactly that index means. All that you need to know is when that index is at an 8 or a 9, we've got a really good shot of seeing that aurora. Well, we didn't get to that number last night like we expected. So that's why the aurora was pretty faint, if not non-existent. And today it is way lower than forecast. It's around a 4 right now. So it may climb to 6 or 7 overnight, but it looks like Aurora 2024 is winding down here in Wave Country. So probably don't want to do any aurora chasing tonight. Sorry, guys. Wish I had better news on that. So we'll just have to focus on the weather instead. Ashley says, love the pink tie. Thank you. I figured Mother's Day, got to wear something pink. Connie says, hello. Hello, Connie. Let's see. Is there a severe weather threat or tornado threat this week? Not really. You can never rule out maybe 1 or 2 storms that get a little strong for a few minutes. Excuse me. But severe weather does not appear to be in the cards this week. Thank goodness, right? More comments. Shonda says, hey, Carson, it was good. I assume Mother's Day was good. That's good to hear, Shonda. Michael, when doesn't it rain? No kidding. Well, this weekend it didn't rain. Well, for most of us, there were a couple of showers north and east of Louisville yesterday morning, but that was it. Weather Geek says, just after sunset, maybe saw the aurora in downtown last night. Okay. I did not see it, Weather Geek. Maybe. It's hard to say because if you're downtown, you got all the street lights that kind of pollute the view. So I did get a few reports last night in central Kentucky, actually. Brandenburg, Mayfield, a couple of other spots. I can't remember off the top of my head. Did see that very faint aurora last night, but it looks like our chances are pretty low, if not zero, for tonight. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news there. Angela says, good evening. Jason, Ohio Valley storm chasing. Hope your day's been good, sir. Yes, it has. A little tired, but that's okay. We are winding down the weekend. Looking ahead to a busy week. Unfortunately, Shonda says yes about Mother's Day, of course. Any rain for Lebanon this week? Oh, yeah, Connie. There's going to be a good bit of rain in Lebanon. Could see a couple inches of rain this week. I'll show you that map here coming up in a little bit. Beautiful weekend. Had a sprinkle. Kathy says in Trimble County yesterday morning. We did. Just a tiny little sprinkle. But you know what? It wasn't a full-fledged washout, and that sprinkle was around for what? 15, 20 minutes. So all in all, a pretty nice weekend. Now we'll take you outside to downtown Louisville. Well, technically, this SkyTrack camera is in Jeffersonville. We're looking across the Ohio River, of course. And the first thing you see, ladies and gentlemen, is that cloud cover. Here it comes. It's that thin cloud cover that'll slowly invade wave country tonight. And that cloud cover is in advance of the first of what's really going to be two systems this week that'll bring the rain chances. But we stay dry tonight. So if you got any plans this evening, maybe you're going to be a night owl and do something late night tonight. No need for the umbrella. We'll be dry. Current temperature here in Louisville is 79. I mentioned earlier we got up to 81 today here in the city. Most of us, though, actually topped out in that 78, 79 range, which is very, very typical for the second weekend of May. So not too bad today. You can see the sun going down. A few of our Mesonet cameras. This is just a handful of our Mesonet cameras our friends down at Bowling Green have. So I need to start using some more cameras aside from these four. But nonetheless, still a beautiful evening. Temperatures outside of Louisville are in the low 70s. And it wasn't blustery today either, right? There was a little breeze, not too bad. So really nice Sunday to wrap up the weekend. Mother Nature's gift to all the moms of Wave Country. Marissa Burke, our weekend morning anchor, gave me a hard time this morning because I tried to take credit for that weather, which I should not have done. That's all Mother Nature. All right, 56 is our forecast tonight. Not as cool because of those clouds moving in. Remember, at night, clouds, they act as a blanket to keep us warmer. It doesn't allow that air to escape, for lack of a better term. So that's why we're in the mid-50s tonight. A lot of you woke up this morning in the 40s, so a good 10 degrees warmer by the time you wake up on Monday. There's your big storyline this week, friends. Waves of rain for this new week ahead. Now, is it going to rain every single second this week? Nope, it is not. In fact, I don't really see a day that at this point looks like a full-on washout, raining all day kind of deal. But there are a couple of days in particular where there will be more rain than not. And that's Tuesday and Friday. Got to watch Friday in particular for the PGA. Both days, of course, but especially Fridays, since that's when the actual championship will be in full swing. So let's look at radar tonight here in Wave Country. That is my favorite radar view right there. Nice and clean. No issues at all. But let's zoom things out. Turn our attention south and west. It is a wet night in eastern Texas. Down in the bayou, heavy rain coming down near Baton Rouge, Shreveport, Texarkana, and that rain is stretching into Mississippi as we speak. And you can see the leading edge of that thicker cloud cover that I just showed you on the camera from downtown. It's also streaming in from southwest to northeast as well. So we'll see the clouds first tonight, and all that rain stays south of us tonight. We are keeping a dry forecast this evening, overnight. And really, the first half of Monday looks dry, too. It'll be tomorrow afternoon when those rain chances start to pick up just a little bit. More comments we go to Veronica says, hello. Hey, Veronica, hope all is well tonight. Jackson, I went to see it, but never saw it in the Parklands, the Aurora, I assume. Yeah, Parklands is a nice spot in Jefferson County where there's not a ton of streetlights around, but there's still enough to kind of pollute that aurora view out there. So definitely, if the day ever comes that we get to see an aurora like we did on Friday night again, definitely want to get away from Louisville, get out in the country where the only light you got are from the stars above. So maybe next time, right? David says he's heading to Valhalla Tuesday. Any period of no rain during the day? That's a good question, David. You're not going to like this answer, I know, but it's kind of a cop-out. But it's hard to say at this point because it's going to be these waves of rain during the day. So it may pour for I don't know, 30 minutes, then you're dry for an hour, then pour for 30 minutes, then dry for another 30 minutes. It's going to be very on again, off again for those practice rounds on Tuesday at Valhalla. Shonda says, y'all need to put a camera in Charlestown somewhere. I don't make those calls, but I wouldn't be opposed to having a camera in every single county, all out of all 34 of ours in Wave Country. But that costs a little bit of cash, of course. But we've got 10 great cameras that we use quite a bit. And who knows, maybe we'll add a few more cameras down the line. Charles is watching tonight in Irvington. Hope all is well down in Irvington, Charles. Angela says, oh, good, more rain. The dried out mud in my yard is starting to feel neglected. It won't feel that way much longer, Angela, unfortunately. Cheryl says, hopefully no severe. And again, we're not really worried about severe weather this week. We may have a few storms. You may hear thunder, all right? But the severe weather ingredients just aren't there this go round. That could still change, but right now, I feel fairly confident in saying that we won't have to worry about severe weather. Maybe one or two storms have a little punch, nothing more than that. All right, let's go through the rain chances tomorrow. Again, it's not going to be all day, and the first half of the day looks pretty dry. If you got lunch plans tomorrow, should be fine. But once we get past 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, some of that moisture finally starts to work its way into our backyard, and that's when our shower chances go up. And they only peak, those shower chances, around 40%. So it looks like late tomorrow afternoon to around dinner time is when those shower chances will be at their highest. We may get a little bit of a lull late tomorrow night, like maybe around the time Kevin's on air for our 11 o'clock newscast. But if we do get that lull, it's not going to last long because the low pressure responsible for this first wave of rain, it's going to get closer to us late Monday night, early Tuesday. And as it does so, it's going to set off more rain, some of which could be heavy by Tuesday. But for Monday, more than anything else, just some lighter showers during the afternoon. Let me show you that on Futurecast. Here we go. This is 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. So most of you probably home from work by that point. But there's a few lighter showers in our southern counties. So maybe down Charles your way in Irvington, E-Town, Litchfield, Mumfordville, Greensburg, Campbellsville, so on and so forth. You guys will likely see the showers first tomorrow afternoon. And you're going to notice the motion is from southwest to northeast with these showers. There's 10 o'clock in the evening, just some light raindrops. That is all. Could we have a heavy downpour tomorrow? Maybe, but I don't really see much of that potential. Just a few showers more than anything else. Now, as we gently progress on Futurecast, you notice around 1 o'clock in the morning, we may get that brief break I was talking about, but it's not going to last long, maybe 3-4 hours. And then to our west, that heavier rain is starting to fire up as that low pressure gets closer. And we'll start to see some of those pockets of heavier rain, maybe even thunderstorms by sunrise Tuesday morning. But again, friends, let's be clear here. There is not much of a severe threat. We are not under any severe risk. We do not have alert days in place. More than anything else, any storms we see on Tuesday will be the garden variety, good old-fashioned springtime storms, and that is it. But we'll have to watch out for heavy downpours and maybe some lightning too. Let's see. Todd, FedEx Courier. How about Nelson County? So we're going to have light showers in Nelson County, Todd, on Monday afternoon, Monday evening. And then on Tuesday, we'll have those heavier downpours with maybe some thunder in the mix as well. But no severe weather concern at this time. G-Bro on YouTube says, hey, from South Bend, Indiana. Go Irish, I suppose. But you can watch Notre Dame coming up this fall on Wave, right? It'll be football season before you know it. But right now, we are going to talk a little golf for the PGA this upcoming week. it looks worse than it really is this week, okay? For tomorrow, that 40% chance is for showers in the afternoon, just like we talked about, all right? But Tuesday, that's quite frankly the worst day of the forecast, in my opinion, at this point, because we'll have the showers and storms around all day. Is it going to rain every single second? No. There will be little pockets of dry time here and there. And it's kind of hard at this point to nail down when those little dry pockets will scoot through Valhalla, let alone any spot in wave country. But we just got to watch radar a lot on Tuesday. As far as lightning protocols, I don't know the specific protocols that the PGA Tour uses. I got to imagine they're similar to Churchill Downs, which is within 8 or 10 miles of the golf course. They'll probably shut things down. So we'll have to watch that. Obviously, if the rain gets too heavy, the course is going to be unplayable, so they'll have to stop the practice rounds. So that's all on the table for the practice rounds on Tuesday. Now for Wednesday, and I'm going to show you this on Futurecast here in a second, but Wednesday is very tricky because it all depends on how fast or how slow this low will go. I didn't mean to rhyme there, I promise. It just sounded good. If this low is quick moving, we may be able to drop those rain chances on Wednesday, maybe a couple showers in the morning. Problem is, the trend continuously all weekend has been to keep that low pressure nearby, keeping moisture nearby, keeping the showers around most of the day Wednesday. I don't think there's a lightning concern on Wednesday at Valhalla, but there will be some rain coming down at times, especially earlier in the day on Wednesday. So that's the situation for midweek. We get towards Thursday for the first round of the actual championship itself. That looks good. That, quite honestly, is the best day in the entire 10-day, is Thursday. Partly cloudy with highs near 80. That's the nicest day in the 10-day because it's the day where we're in between systems. So the first system is moving out Thursday, and we're waiting on the second one to come in on Friday. And when we look at impacts to the actual tournament itself, it's Friday I'm most concerned about. We're going to have widespread showers and a few thunderstorms again. Very similar to Tuesday. We'll do it again on Friday. Main threats will be heavy rain and lightning. I do not see a severe weather potential at this time. Ashley says, you keep showing up as suggested friends. Don't look at me. I don't know how these Facebook algorithms work, which, by the way, I keep meaning to say this. I have a new Facebook page. I don't know what I did to tick off the AI bots on Facebook, but for some reason they didn't like my old page and they wiped it clean. I don't know what I did, but whatever. So if you go to facebook.com/Carson Wave, facebook.com/Carson Wave, profile picture of me with my eclipse glasses looking up at the eclipse in the weather garden. Give it a like, give it a follow. You'll get all those forecast updates on that page too, in addition to our Wave Weather Facebook page. So facebook.com/Carson Wave, little plug there. All right, so that's the situation for the PGA. Now, of course, we got all kinds of other things happening in addition to the PGA. So let's just show you the 10-day. Hang on a second. Sorry, allergies are bad. Grass pollen, very high category. Next couple of days, guys. So allergy sufferers be warned. I'm struggling. So the highest rain chances are Tuesday and Friday. Let me show you the Tuesday rain chances in particular. This is 10 a.m. Tuesday. And let me take it full screen here so you can get a clear view of it. What we'll have to watch is some of these potentially heavier pockets of rain. You see one in our eastern counties Tuesday morning. I don't see any severe weather threat with these, but if these move in during the morning rush, we're going to have some ponding on the roads. So as the day goes on, you see there's some dry pockets, like let's say Salem, Corden, maybe even here in Louisville around 10 o'clock Tuesday morning, we might be dry. But there's additional downpours developing to the west, out towards Evansville and Tell City and Jasper. And you notice by Tuesday afternoon, especially, that storm coverage becomes much more widespread. But you notice how splotchy it is. Scientific term there, I know. But that's going to be the story on Tuesday. Hit and miss stuff all day. Some little pockets of dry time. Then it's going to be pouring buckets with heavy rain and lightning. So if you are headed to Valhalla on Tuesday to check out the practice rounds, download the Wave Weather app. You can use the radar tool to track the rain and the storms. You can get lightning alerts right there on your phone long before the folks on the PGA shut down the course. You can get that notification first on the app so that you can go find shelter, right? We will be sending alerts in all likelihood on the Wave Weather app just to those of you that will be at Valhalla to give you more focused updates on what's happening and what the forecast is for the golf course itself. So I highly encourage you to download that Wave Weather app. We're going to take care of you as these rain showers and thunderstorms move through, not just on Tuesday, but all week long. Now, you notice we dry things out Tuesday night, and at least for this particular run of this forecast model, Wednesday looks decently dry, at least to start, which is a good sign. But if that low, like we talked about earlier, is still kind of hanging out nearby, then we may have to keep that shower chance where it's at right now, which is 40%. And we'll be able to nail down the exact speed of that low as we get closer to Wednesday in particular. So that's the situation for Tuesday and into early Wednesday. Then we get to Friday. Let me get it going here. There we go. So this is going to be a second system moving through, and there's still a lot of uncertainties with this particular system. Let me take it full screen here so you can see it better. So you're going to have, in all likelihood, a cold front moving in from the west. Let's just imagine it's right there through Chicago and Kansas City. And it's going to push to the east. So as far as when it gets here, it's looking like Friday afternoon and Friday evening. You see that rain coverage really ramps up as we wrap up the day on Friday. So again, for Valhalla, that may mean a little trouble getting the second round of the tournament done Friday evening. But they should get some play done on Friday before this rain moves in. And this timing could dictate any potential we might have for a few stronger storms. There you go. So you can see the map again. Again, the severe weather ingredients just really aren't there on Friday, but you guys know this time of year, one or two stronger storms might have some gusty winds. We'll watch it. It's not something I'm overly concerned about, but of course, with everybody out at the golf course, you might need to watch out for the lightning and the heavy rain once again, especially Friday afternoon. Now, as we get past Friday and into next weekend, the question becomes, once again, how quickly does this system move out? There's a couple different scenarios at play here, okay? You've got one scenario on the European model, which I'm showing you, where most of the widespread rain is moving to the north and east on Saturday, but the low's still kind of hanging out here in the Great Lakes, and you've got wraparound moisture trying to move into wave country on Saturday. So that's one potential scenario. But there's another option on the GFS model, the American model, if you will, where the front kind of becomes a little more west to east oriented, stalls out nearby down near Tennessee and the Carolinas, and that keeps the chance for scattered showers and storms, not just Saturday, but also into Sunday. So we still need to nail down a lot with this second system by the end of the week. One, when does it move in? And two, how quickly does it progress out of our area? Because that's going to decide, well, of course, it's going to decide our rain chances for Friday in particular, but also for the weekend. So for the time being, we're going to keep the rain chance at 60% for Friday, mainly in the afternoon and evening. And then we'll have a 20% chance for maybe a few lingering showers, both Saturday and Sunday, until we can get more clarity on just how this second system will move through and progress across the country. This, I think, is something we'll need to watch a little closely next weekend, is the amount of rain we get. I don't have specific rainfall numbers for your location on this map. Just want to keep it general. But these pockets of yellow that you see going right along the Ohio River, mainly or perhaps across southern Kentucky, Lexington, maybe down towards Corbin, those are pockets of over 2 inches of rain for the week ahead. And that doesn't necessarily mean a flash flooding threat, but it could mean the creeks and the rivers might start running a little bit high. I know there's been a few flood warnings across southern Kentucky from all the rain that you guys saw back on Wednesday, especially. Tuesday and Wednesday, I suppose, but some rivers are running a little bit high. Some of those smaller creeks and tributaries are running a little high. So if we get over 2 inches of rain this week, that may aggravate some of those flooding concerns as we head towards the end of the month of May. So something to keep in mind. It's going to be a very healthy dose of rain. Yeah, I know we've had a lot of rain lately, but we still kind of need a little bit more so that we don't go too quick into a drought if things are really dry in the summer months. So quite a bit of rain may be on the way for this upcoming week. And you notice as we get towards the following week, quite honestly, models are everywhere for the forecast heading into this next following week. So I just went 30% for scattered showers and storms across the board until we get closer. As far as the temperatures are concerned, very, very typical for this time of year, with highs in the 70s to low 80s. A little cooler Tuesday and Wednesday with the rain and the clouds. We go 74. Saturday and Sunday, depending on the cloud cover and if we have any showers around, will likely be the warmest days. 82 Saturday, 84 on Sunday. So it'll definitely be a warm weekend for the PGA Championship. And let's hope that that rain moves out so that we can finish up the tournament on Sunday of next week and not have to worry about this thing going into Monday. It's never fun when golf tournaments have to go into Monday. Let's see. Shonda, good going, Carson. You aggravated the FB gods. I know. I don't know what I did. Oh, well. Fresh start. That's what I'm telling myself. Facebook.com/Carson Waith, my new page. If you want to go check it out, give it a like, give it a follow. That would be much appreciated. All right. So what questions do we have? Any at all? A lot going on, of course, around town this week again. Take the rain gear with you. I don't know. I should have looked this up before we started our talk tonight. I'm not sure if they allow umbrellas at Valhalla. So be on the safe side. Just take the ponchos and the rain jackets. I'm sure they'll let those in. Because you're definitely going to need them at times all week, especially Tuesday for the practice rounds and then Friday for the second round of the championship itself. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much where we stand at this point. Thankfully, no severe weather, no significant severe concerns. We'll watch for maybe 1 or 2 storms to go rogue. Shouldn't be a big deal. Shonda says rain on Saturday, maybe a few showers. It's hard to see how the weekend's going to play out at this point. models are struggling with that Friday system and how it progresses into Saturday. So we'll just keep the rain chances low for now with a few showers. All right. If everybody's good, no more questions, going once, going twice, we will wrap things up on a Sunday night, everybody. Again, hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hope you had a good time with family and friends. Keep the umbrella handy this week. You'll need it starting tomorrow afternoon at times, maybe all the way through the next weekend. We'll see. And we'll be here on TV and right here on Wave Weather Now, giving you those updates. If you're heading to the course, take the rain gear with you. Wear shoes that you don't mind getting muddy. I don't know if you guys were around in 2014, last time the PGA was at Valhalla. They had a huge storm roll through on the last day of the tournament on Sunday afternoon. It poured. I live close to Valhalla, so it just poured that afternoon, and the course was covered in mud, like all the standing areas where everybody can watch the players on the course. It was just a mud pit. So that could very well happen again. So if you're heading to the, Valhalla, wear shoes that you don't mind getting dirty, okay? So we'll keep fine-tuning all these rain chances in the days to come. Brian Good is off this week. He's taking some well-deserved vacay. So it might be a little bit different when it comes to our chats here on Wave Weather Now and on Facebook and on YouTube this week. But we'll still be here. We're going to be tracking it all for you all week long, right here and on the TV side of things as well. You will see me again in a few hours on Wave News at 11. And then I'm going to take a few days off, and Tawana will be back in here tomorrow morning with an updated look at your Monday forecast and the rest of PGA Championship week as well. All right, I will leave you with one last look at that 10-day. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will talk again very, very soon, guys. Good night. See you later.